Today my son had his first T-ball game, which is great and I'm very excited for him, but that's not what I'm talking about today. What I am talking about is how this relates to my Dungeons & Dragons game. It reminded me of a time when I was playing a hellish landscape type setting in which, and at one point the players are in one of the big cities watching a game of taser ball, which is basically baseball, but what if the baseballs and the gloves, when connected to one another, created an electrical discharge? So when you tagged someone out, it basically shocked the ever-living hell out of them and then potentially rendered them unconscious. That's what the game Taser Ball is all about. It's a hellish version of baseball designed to make it just be a really wretched game to play. Home base had spikes on it, so if you tried to slide, you could slide into it, which would probably give you a little boon, but you run the risk of, stabbing yourself or impaling yourself upon spikes. I don't know, it was kind of fun. I think that's a fun way to make your world seem a little bit more real. Add sporting events, but then also just tailor them to be a little bit weird, a little bit more like whatever the location it's in, right? I think Eberron did a very good job of this when they did their shifter ball. I forgot what they called the sport exactly, but shifters have their own sports in which they would basically play rugby, but it was really extreme. I can't remember the details, but it was basically, Beastman rugby, which I thought was pretty fun. And then I think in the Adventure of Rime of the Frost Maiden, the Goliaths had also a rugby-like sport that was played on top of pillars. So you'd have to be standing on pillars and you got hit by the ball too hard, it could knock you off the pillar and whoops. Anyway, I just think it's a fun way to spice up the culture and add a little bit more to the game world that makes things feel a little more real. Can't just all be gladiator fights, right?